Alright, in this lesson we're going to continue working with graphic images, but we're going to talk about stacking or stacking order, and then we're also going to talk about grouping objects so that they act as one. So we're going to open up a new presentation. We'll go up to the Office button and click Open. Navigate to the Lesson 7 folder of your exercise files. This is the one we want down here at the bottom, Intro 7K, and open that up. Okay, so it looks like we've got one slide here that we're going to work with, and our puzzle or our goal is going to be to create a bullseye out of these circles. So we've got a big red one. We're going to put the black one on top of the red, then a black, and we'll put the blue one right in the middle. So we're going to use some of the things that we learned from the previous lesson. Once we get them in the right order, we're going to talk about distributing and aligning. And then once we've got that done, we'll take all of these separate images here, these graphic images, and create one group out of it so that we can modify the entire group if we want to, say, size it down or move it. So the very first step is to make sure that this is in the back, this one's on top of it, then this one's on top of that one, then this one, and then the blue dot right on top. So if I was to click on this black circle here and just click and drag it over so it's partially over the red one, you can see that it's actually behind the red one. I need to bring that one to the top. So the first thing I'm going to do is, with it selected, I'm going to go up to my drawing tools here, and now I want to bring this to the front. Now you can see I've got a bring to front button. That will automatically bring it to the very front. That means it'll be on top of any other object on the page. But there is a drop down here. So if I wanted to bring it forward, that's a little bit different. If it's, say, item number 5 out of 5, bringing it forward makes it item number 4. Clicking this again brings it up one more level. So if I click bring forward, you can see that doesn't do it. So it's still behind this large red circle, which may be behind others in the group. So I'm going to go right to bring to front, and that brings it right to the top. So I know what that means. If I move this over the red circle, and then I want to move, and I'm going to leave it kind of just out of alignment here. Don't worry about that. And I know if I bring this red one on top of the black, it's not actually going to be on top because I already moved this black one to the top. So if I go to the drop down here with my red circle, my medium red circle selected, and I bring it forward, that doesn't work. If I click it again and bring it forward, still doesn't work. Maybe one more click will do it. There we go. So now I can move it on top of the black one. So if I click on this black circle here, the small one, and bring it on top, is it? No, it's in behind the red one. At least the red one could be in behind the black one as well. So I'm going to click on bring to front, which means now this one needs to be brought to the front so it's on top of the black one. So I can do that ahead of time. I can click bring to front. Now I know when I drag it on top of the black circle, it's going to stay on top. Alright, so I've got them all selected, but they're not really lined up properly. So we're going to do a marquee select by clicking and dragging. We want all of this selected, not our title called bullseye here. So we didn't highlight that. Now with them all selected, we want them lined up. We're going to go to our line button here, and we want to align their centers and their middles. So we're going to do both. Align center, that looks pretty good. And then we're going to go back up to align and align their middles. Perfect. So you can see there was a slight shift. So now we've got our perfect bullseye. If I click off of there, it looks like a bullseye. The only thing is, there's still separate circles. So if I click on the blue one, or I click on the black one, you can see I can select them separately, which means they can accidentally get moved out of order. So I want to make sure that they're all selected again. And if I group them into one object, that means I can treat this as one graphic image. In fact, I've drawn my own clip art. So I'm going to go up to this group button here, and if I give it a click, you can see I only have one option here, and that's to group it. Because they're ungrouped right now, these two options, regroup and ungroup, are not available. So I click group, and you can see I've only got one selection border here. This is one object, which means I can come in here and move it, and it moves as one object. So that's a handy feature right there. It also means that if I apply any of these shape effects, for example, it gets applied to the entire object. So for example, if I wanted a glow or a reflection, it's not just one piece of the image, it's the entire image that gets the reflection. Kind of cool. We'll just move it up a little bit, and deselect by clicking outside. Now if I wanted to work on the circles, like maybe darken the red or darken the blue, I can't just click on that blue circle. I need to ungroup them. So I come up to the group button here from my drawing tools. I would ungroup, deselect everything and just click on the blue. And if I wanted that darker, no problem, I can make it darker. Let's go to our shape fill here and just choose a darker blue. Now you can see that the outline is a light blue as well. So we want to change our shape outline to the same dark blue. Great. Now we want to regroup everything. So again, a marquee select. So everything's selected. We go up to our drawing tools if we have to. Go to the group button and regroup them again. There we go. One object. So that covers grouping and stacking and reordering and even a little bit of alignment and distribution there. So have fun working with graphics and images in PowerPoint 2007 with all of the tools and knowledge you now have.